up? Bradley and Johnson here, and I just wanted to do a video on, well, you've probably seen the title, Paleo and why it sucks. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, people are going to get upset with me. It's kind of like the intermittent fasting video I did, but hey, here it goes. First of all, any diet that is not based in numbers is foolishness and inherently flawed. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe eat clean or if it fits your macros or whatever, calories are a fact. They're based on grams of protein, fat, and carbs. If you eat lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of calories, you will put on weight. If you eat hardly any, you will lose weight. If you eat a certain amount, you'll stay the same weight. If your diet does not tell you what numbers to use or how, and just suggests a food and says just whatever, go with that stuff. If it doesn't in some way, whether it be portion control or weighing food or checking volume amounts or in some way have numbers, it's not a diet, it's just a foolish fad. And paleo very much fits into that category in the same way that Atkins does, and all these stupid diets, they're not based in numbers, they're based in demonizing certain foods and glorifying other ones. The basis of the paleo diet is eat only things that our cavemen ancestors ate. So if you can't hunt it, kill it, find it, dig it out the ground, don't eat it, basically, which is a lovely idea and is great for getting rid of some of the terrible foods. And by terrible foods, I mean foods that just are really difficult to defend. I mean, you know, like incredibly fatty fried bacon, like lots of damaged fat in that. It's difficult to defend it. I mean, you could if it fits your macros, but really you don't want to be eating that generally. It's just not fantastic. It's difficult to defend. A lot of those damaged fats they're just difficult to defend. Like they're no good for anything. So assuming you are not training too hard, you haven't been dieting for a long time, and you're going from that whole fast food, terrible food, not really tracking anything, paying attention to nothing diet, and you move over to paleo or Atkins or low carbs or any of the massively popular diets that exist, you know, keto, whatever, you will immediately experience improvement just because you're paying attention to your food as opposed to previously not having paid attention to your food. Duh. The problem is, without defining how much of anything that you should eat or paying strict attention to that, your results will be limited by noob gains. You can get noob gains, which is what I got when I started training. You get gains from just paying a little bit of attention. You start training, you go for a lifestyle. That's what happens, isn't it? You go for a lifestyle change. You're like, right, I'm going to do something for my body. I'm going to go paleo. And I'm going to start doing some hard work in the gym, and I'm going to get some gains. And then the first thing that happens is your body fat level goes down. Shock. And your muscle mass starts to increase. Shock. And you get stronger and everything's fantastic, and it's like, oh wow, it's that paleo, it worked, and my routine definitely worked. Not necessarily. You just went from being nothing to doing something. You went from being a lazy slob to not being that. Duh. All of these diets are foolishness. They're all foolishness. Whatever macro split you want, and different people will have different views on exactly what macros you should have and whatever. I've got my own views. Video here. You should know that demonizing food groups is stupid, and I'll tell you why this one specifically is stupid. Now, the idea is, it's a beautiful romantic idea. Let's eat just what the cavemen eat, because the cavemen, the cavemen what? Maybe you were around in them days, I wasn't, but my understanding of the cavemen is that they were generally starving. They had no established ways of processing food through any types of system of, you know, farming and that, because they were idiots. They found whatever they could find. If they were lucky, ate as much as they possibly could because they never knew where their next meal was coming. They weren't ripped. They weren't particularly strong, other than the fact that they were stronger than we are now because they had to keep hunting and killing things, and we have things like supermarkets now. Their diet in no way reflects a positive image of how we should be eating. They just ate if they had Tesco, then do you think the cavemen would have been eating things off the floor and stuff just because they were cavemen? They'd have went straight into that Tesco's and they'd have eaten everything in that place, and they'd have hoarded and stuck as much of that stuff in their clothes as they possibly could as they journeyed across the Iceland or the Sahara or through the jungle or across the plains or wherever they were going, because all they were doing is eating whatever they could get their hands on. There were no protein shakes then. There were no donuts. There were just dead animals and beetroot, I guess. They weren't ripped, they weren't in particularly good health. Why do you think we evolved past then? There's nothing in their diet and in their lifestyle that suggests any way we should be trying to attain their physicality, because they were, in terms of brain power, in terms of health, way behind where we are now. We just have an obesity problem because people have grown lazy. That element of the cavemen's actually going out and doing stuff, being active. That's the only element of what they were doing that you should take from. But the idea of what they used to do, which was find anything, eat anything, as long as it didn't kill you, try that now. Just eat everything you see. That's the actual caveman paleo diet. Find whatever you find, eat that. And eat as much of it as you possibly can, because you don't know when you're going to eat next. Try and cut on that. Good luck. I have no faith in these silly diets other than their new gains that they give you of, oh, I've just started it. I'm paying a little bit of attention. Let me get some new gains. I'm going to obviously burn some fat because I'm paying a little bit of attention to this stuff. I'm obviously going to get a little bit of muscle because I'm training now and I maybe wasn't before. Fantastic. But these diets, they're all silly. They come and go with the wind. There'll be another one next year. I'm going to make one up. The water diet. Maybe it exists. Oh no, it's difficult to keep tabs, but I'm gonna assume it doesn't. You gotta have, every time you have a meal, you have to have a glass of water before the meal, during the meal, and after the meal. If you don't, you're not allowed to eat that meal. What it will do is it tricks the mind by adding triglycerides into the meal that wouldn't normally be there because your body has to process the additional water. Make it up that science, none of that makes sense. But cut that bit out for the commercial. So yeah, you do all that processing, and what it does, it increases your water level, which makes you bloated less because you retain water less because you're getting more water into your system, and also it keeps your eating at a controlled level because you're only allowed to eat if you drink before, during, and after. It's difficult to do that, so oh god, it's perfect. Say someone starts doing that and they were previously a fat slob. I just made it up on the spot. They will definitely get some new gains. There's the water diet. I've given it to you. $99.95, please. Bradley@justdo@gmail.com. If you have any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and of course subscribe. Peace.